The fact checking at the New Yorker is a legendary position and a process.
Yes.
I had a story written about me by Larissa McFark back in the day and went through it.
How was your fact checking experience?
It was extraordinary because I think it was 2 different people contacted me, and maybe they contacted me 3 different times. And, it was everything from, do you have a bulldog and can you spell the bulldog's name? Do you live at this address? Do you know this person? And when you're the subject, you're kind of trying to figure out like, well, who did they talk to and where did this come from? And then you don't really have the ability to say to the person, who said that? Or where did you get that from? So you kind of get into this little bit of a dialogue, like, what do you mean by that? And did you say this? And it felt like it was like a very, they were trying to get the facts straight without telling me what the story would be, who the subjects were. And it was actually, I felt very good about it because the only other time I had that type of fact checking done was in Wired magazine. Mm-hmm. And the times I've been in the New York Times or since, when I get mentioned in a story in the Atlantic or New York Magazine, and there's no fact checking. Journalists don't even call you to tell you. They don't even give you a heads up you're going to be in the story now. So things have changed radically, I guess, because the budgets don't exist anymore to do fact checking.
Yeah, the good ones still do. And, with New York Magazine, we have fact checkers, and but the budget is hard, and people would often ask me, like, sort of, what's the secret to the New Yorker's fact checking, and how do you guys do what you do? And the reality of it is manpower. It's there is a sort of army of I think this might be outdated, but when I was there were 16, 17, 18 fact checkers who fact check every word of anything that went in the magazine, even the cartoons. And we did go through a fact checking process on the book. Book publishers do not have fact checkers on staff. It sort of is incumbent on the writer to choose to have a fact checker if they want. And I like that part of the process. I would rather go back to you, Jason, and say, here's what I'm saying. Here's sort of why I'm saying it. Is this right? And both fix any mistakes and kind of give you or whoever it is a chance to add some context, and in some cases, sort of add even more interesting context.
My understanding back then was the fact checkers got paid like $30 or $40 an hour. The freelancers. What does a fact checker get paid? If you would take a guess at a New Yorker or a publication on that scale, like a Condé Nast publication?
When I joined
per hour.
When I joined the company, I was on staff, and I believe I was making something in the neighborhood of $40,000 a year. So, in New York City, you can survive. But that
was 10 years ago.
It was about 10 years ago.
2010 time period?
Right around then. Yeah.
When I came into the workforce in 1993, it was $500 a week, I think, Condé Nast and those kind of places. So it was 30,000. So people who think that these journalism jobs get paid a lot it got literally went up 10,000 in 15 years. It's crazy, right?
It's a tough business, unfortunately.
Since we're on this subject, and I think this inside baseball is just absolutely fantastic, and I appreciate you delving into it.